What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Collective Beard Reactions. This go around, we'll be taking a look at something a little bit different than we normally take a look at on this channel. Normally, I take a look at UK stuff, and it's time to branch out a little bit, man. It's time. I've got to branch. I want to branch out, look at other stuff. One of the things I did before I actually started doing YouTube at all, I worked 30 years in construction, across different fields of construction. One of my favorite things I did was I worked for a company that trimmed trees for the power company. But one of the things we did was, you know, not only do you trim the trees, but you also sometimes have to cut some of them down, whether they pose a risk to customers or they pose a risk to the power grid. So we're going to take a look at tree cutting fails and idiots with chainsaws. So, yeah. Before we go any further, like, subscribe, notification bell. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Oh my gosh!
Well then. Oh no. There goes the house.
Oh my god.
One of the things you always do when you're cutting a tree, number one, if all the limbs are on the side that your house is on, it's cool to take and tie a rope around the tree and all that good stuff. However, run it in the opposite direction. Maybe run it around a different tree, and then put a few bites in it around another tree, so that way you can pull it and it doesn't fall on your house. Because that right there, that's no bueno. We don't want stuff like that to happen whenever we're cutting down trees. Just saying. But as soon as this part of the video started and I seen all the limbs over that way, I was like, oh, this is not going to end well. It's not going to end well whatsoever. That's what I was thinking as soon as I seen this. Oh, good Lord. Like, that's the thing that's what gets me. Like, you go from this truck having his rear end yanked out to it immediately goes with this. And all you can see, and you can even see the bend. I mean, you take a look at the bend, and the bend does this number. I mean, it goes, here, tree does this. It takes and actually bows out towards that fucking house. And even though the top of it's leaning this way, if your branches are all out that way, it's going to fall out where the heaviness is. I don't care, and you can see down at the bottom, I can't zoom in, but you can see down at the bottom where he's made the notches at, and that's just, yeah, that wasn't very good.
Oh my god.
They even got the wrong damn tree cut, it looked like. Oh no. There go the truck. There go the truck. Wait, I'd like to see the full tree, because with the way he's cutting, number one, he's in a dangerous position because you can see the tree leans back this way. So you would hope that all of the branches on the other side are on one of these two sides. And with the way he's cutting, it looks like it's almost at an angle right behind it. So you'd want it to fall, that way. But that's almost too much bend in it. So I'm wondering if his blade's going to bog down here in a second because it comes back on it. Yep. Oh, he hit a transformer. Nope. Hit a power line is what it sounds like. What do you expect to have? I don't understand that. I don't see any. I don't see any. I don't see any rope in this. Like, you want to take and put a rope around that. You want to run it the opposite direction, or at least away in either direction. You want to take and possibly even take and put a clove hitch, not a clove, but a running bow line in it, and then take and run it through, depending on how, you know, that won't need something like that. You just take and run a rope through it, or run a rope around it, take and run it back in another direction. Since you got a tree on the one hand side taking blocking, you take and pull it the other direction, take and run it around a tree, put a bite or two in it, and as soon as the person starts cutting, you take and start putting a little bit of pressure at a time, little pressure at a time, little pressure at a time. And what you have happening is, once it's just about at that point, it's going to go in the head, it's going to come. And it's going to go the exact direction that you want it to, because of the way you've got that rope rigged up around those trees. Some of these people don't need, they need professional help. Like, I'm sure afterwards they probably needed psychological help as well, that kind of professional help. But these people needed some, you know, at least somebody with some working knowledge on cutting down trees.
Ева, Нана.
Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no, that is awful. And I'm willing to bet with that tree right there, I'm just looking at all the limbs and stuff like that, like, it looks like it does a bow out and then back up and around like that. I bet you it had some, just looking at the branches, dude, that's, yeah. You got, if you don't know what you're doing, get somebody who knows what they're doing, so that way you don't have this kind of situation, because that shouldn't have happened. I don't care if you're taking, trim all the limbs off the tree before you take and have that happen. I mean, you got tree climbers and stuff like that, but I'm sure that would have cost probably good, I don't know how tall it is, at least $600 probably, easy. Just all the limbs, if you go that route, because I can't tell how close it is, but oh shit. And the guy sitting down at the bottom like, oh, uh-oh, this is not good. You see him just looking at it. Look at this idiot. Do not try this at home. Do not. I feel like the fellas on Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Do not seek the treasure. Do not do this shit right here. Do not do it. Oh.
Oops, that wasn't the plan.
Well, that ain't an understatement. Whoops, that ain't a plan. I wonder how many beers were consumed before this was filmed. Wait. We going, and just so you can see what I'm seeing, it looked like that fella got popped one good time. So, okay, he didn't get popped, but it didn't fall where they wanted it to, that's for sure. Why? Why? If you're doing tree work, do not use ladders. Don't use a ladder like that. Don't do that. You have no control over stuff. Like, if if you're trying to reach something that's higher up than what you've got, maybe if you've got a pole saw or something like that, don't do it. Just don't. No. Don't do it. It's a good way to get killed.
Come on, Bing! Come on!
Oh, not good.
Is he telling him to pull it? Because
Come on, Bing! Come on!
Oh,
but you got those two big old branches out there. Yeah. Unless you got it run around a tree or something like that. Like you're probably not going to persuade which way it's going to go.
not good.
That's a lumberjack, or what you would consider lumberjacks these days, just without the axe and all that good stuff. That's somebody that's cutting. That's somebody that's a forester for sure. That's somebody he knows what he's doing. However, he's in a very precarious position, just slightly. He got out of there in the nick of time. Why? What? That last fella got out of there in just a nick of time. But why? Why? It's too big for that, dude. You about to get hurt bad. I wonder if he took and broke a leg. Issue number 1, we is on a ladder and we like this, right? Issue number 2, we are cutting below the top of the ladder. We've got way more up there, so whenever it falls, it's going to take our ladder with it. This one should make, the list for, potential Darwin Award. I don't think this would, I don't know. Who needs a cover for that far?
I don't think I got that, but that was not good at all. We just took out half the house.
Oh! Oh my God! Oh, I'd be surprised if that didn't break every fucking thing in his face. Oh my God, that... Thank God he has a face guard on. I'm gonna tell you right now, he probably at least got concussed, if not more, because that I was in a spot that I shouldn't have been up underneath the trimmer. He dropped a branch about 10 foot long with big old, the leaves and stuff on the end of it, dropped straight down. Hit me right on top of the hard hat. Knocked me to the ground. I was out for a month with a concussion. This right here, I still won't. I'll be surprised if he didn't lose teeth or at least break the jaw, even with the face guard, which that thing right there on his face. That thing right there on his face. That's... As much as it looks like it's not going to provide much protection for something like that, even with it being knocked off, I promise you it's better than no protection whatsoever. What little protection it did provide, especially depending on whichever way that it actually hit, it might have just knocked the hard hat off and maybe broke a nose or something, if anything got broke. That right there is scary as shit. That right there, I haven't done tree work in hell like 5 years now, 6 years. It still would not. That's scary to take and see even in video form. That's one of your worst nightmares. Because you're not expecting it to fall and then pop up. Like you expect it to fall and there to be some bounce and stuff like that. But whenever to pop up and hit you in the... No. But then again, I mean, that should have been kind of expected because of the hill and everything like that. Still, it just... And there we have it. Some of these, like, for real, and I know this is a lot different than anything else, you know, anything we look at normally on the channel. However, I'll be honest with you. Like, I feel like I've got to start branching out some. There's just so much overlap between stuff. So much people doing the same stuff within the space. Now, I'm not going to stop looking at the UK stuff. And I said this in the live stream yesterday. I'm not going to stop looking at UK stuff. However, I'm going to start sprinkling more stuff in outside of the UK-based videos. I just have to. I feel I have to because, well, yeah. It's just, there's so much overlap a lot of times. 30 years experience across different forms of the construction industry. I love doing the tree work. I seen taking and doing some searching for tree cutting fails and stuff like that. I was like, all right, cool. Tree cutting fails and idiots with chainsaws. I've seen both of those. So let's take a look. That being said, y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.
You